Yeah, I'm a fan of fireworks myself, Mr. Bridges, Commissioner. Well, let me pull out my agenda. How are we doing on time?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Just in the nick of time.
No fair, Granny P.
What was that? What did you say?
She's picking at me. I'm teasing her. One of those days, Cindy.
I feel you.
You know, I'm just gonna be honest. I really miss seeing you all in person.
Yeah, I think you take for granted being able to see folks until you're locked in. It is a whole different world out here now. I'm talking to clients on Zoom. I'm talking to my grandchildren on Zoom, and all I can say to you is this is a different world.
Whole new world.
Do you have clients that have trouble having access to Zoom?
No. Some of it's provided by the court system if they're incarcerated, okay? And then most clients have computers.
Most clients are able to access it.
Yeah.
That's good.
5:30, Jackie.
Okay, well, here we go then. Knock, knock, knock. I'm calling this meeting to order, and we are assembled here. Oh, here, let me make you all big. Oh my gosh, there's a whole world of people here that I missed when you were minimized. It's so good to see all of you all. We are calling today's City of Oxford Board of Commissioners agenda meeting to order. It is 5:30 and today is Monday, July 6th, and we are meeting via Zoom. Anybody who has cell phones or anything, because those of you that are unmuted, please mute any other devices that you might have in the room so they don't interfere with our discussion. And I greet all of you and say it's a pleasure to see you, and I hope you were safe and sound on this holiday, over the holiday weekend. The very first item on our agenda is to call for a public hearing to consider adopting a system development fee resolution. As you know, we have a system development fee system that would assess one-time charges to new water and/or wastewater customers, as well as developers or builders, to recover a proportional share of capital costs incurred to provide service availability and capacity. And the recommendation is based on a system development fee report, which you all have seen, prepared by an independent consultant, Raftalis Financial Consultants. Staff is recommending that we call for a public hearing at our regular meeting. What is the pleasure of the board?
Motion?
I'm sorry, that was motion by Commissioner Bullock?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Excellent. Any discussion on that motion? Okay, there being no discussion, as you recall, we will do our votes by roll call, which also I just realized I failed to do at the beginning of the meeting, but I believe everybody is here. So we will do our roll call while we vote on Commissioner Bullock's motion. And I'm going to just start in the order that you all appear on my screen. So we have Commissioner Gilreath,
Yes.
Commissioner Curran,
Yes.
Commissioner Bridges,
Yes.
Commissioner Toby. Commissioner Toby, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes.
Great. Great, thank you. Commissioner Fields,
Yes.
Commissioner Bullock,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem, if you will unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay, great. That motion carries unanimously. And so thank you very much. And we will move on to set the agenda.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to do, add, an add-on for tonight. Motion that we go into closed session after our meeting tonight.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Fields. You all received an indicator of that, I think, last Thursday, sent out by Cindy to go into closed session now rather than the next regular board meeting, or then only if necessary. Is there any discussion on that motion? Okay, then I will take a vote on whether to go into closed session at the end of the meeting, again by roll call. Commissioner Gilreath. Oh, excuse me, Mayor Pro Tem, did you have something to say?
I do, if possible. I have no problem going into closed session, but I just was wondering how secure the closed session will be over the server.
Well, that's a good question.
Being that what we're going to discuss, I think that's.
And the public do have.
Going into the breakout room, no one can hear or see except the mayor and board. We tested it this morning.
Okay, well,
Anything to add?
No,
Mr.
I'm fine
Thornton?
with it. I have no problem. I just wanted to be sure that we weren't discussing personnel, and it was open to the
And we'll
public.
stop the recording when you go
Okay.
into closed session as well.
And I appreciate your asking that question, Mayor Pro Tem. So what they plan to do is at the end, when we finish the regular business of the meeting, they have created a breakout room and they set it up in Zoom with the specified people to go into the breakout room, which
Yeah,
would
I
only.
heard it. I got you. Thank you.
So does that work for you and other members of the board? If you have any questions related to that, please say them. Okay, so Mayor Pro Tem, are you good? You're good with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And thank you very much, Madam Clerk, and your esteemed technical assistant, Alyssa Blair, who keeps us on top of all things technical. We appreciate that. Okay, with that, we have a motion made by Commissioner Fields, and so I'm going to roll call the votes. Commissioner Gilreath?
Yes.
Commissioner Curran?
Yes.
Commissioner Bridges?
Yes.
Commissioner Tovey?
Yes.
Commissioner Fields?
Yes.
Commissioner Bullock?
Yes.
And Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, that's unanimous that we'll go into closed session at the end of the meeting. And at this point, we will proceed forward to our agenda. And, I would also like to say thank you to everyone for working with the system that we're obligated to work in right now, and that involves the manager and staff, and especially our clerk and assistant Alyssa Blair to set this all up. Lord knows, I think we'd all prefer to see each other in person, and I certainly appreciate the efforts that everybody puts to into meeting the way we are. So with that, we have the regular opening with a prayer by Bishop Betts, pledge by Commissioner Bridges, and adjustments to the agenda as normal. Delegation, Lucy is Yard of the Month, Lucy Clayton of 2217 Wilmington Avenue, and then public comment. Any questions, comments about any of that? Okay. Then we move forward to public hearing, and that has already been inserted, that we'll have the public hearing on the system development fee, and adopting a resolution to adopt these fees. Any questions, further questions about that item? Okay. Under new city business, we have consider appointing Wilkinson and Carpenter, the attorneys, to serve as the legal advisor to the Oxford Planning Board. Attorney Lori Dutra resigned from the Planning Board in February to be more involved with the DOEDC. And we've received interest from Hicks and Wren and Wilkinson and Carpenter. Both firms are qualified, but the planning department feels that there will be less of a conflict of interest if the board appoints Wilkinson and Carpenter, because Hicks and Wren serve most of the rezoning and text amendments that are received. So does anybody have any questions on this item at this time?
No.
Okay. None? All right. Short agenda. So we move forward to the consent agenda, which is to approve the finance report from Finance Director Ung and the June meeting minutes. And then there is a placeholder if we need an additional closed session for personnel purposes at the end of this meeting, and we'll know that after our closed session today. So this has got to be the speediest agenda meeting in my 10 years as mayor that I have ever presided over. That's amazing. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start to make sure there aren't any comments or questions or additions from any board members to the agenda for next week. As you appear on my screen, Commissioner Gilreath, anything that you would like to comment on or add?
No, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Curran.
No.
Commissioner Bridges.
No.
Okay, Commissioner Fields.
Yes, I would like to arrange a personnel committee meeting concerning our COLA. I received a phone call and an email from our HR director about cost of living adjustments for our staff that have reached top pay in their category. So I would like to arrange a personnel committee meeting.
Okay. Do you want to get in touch with your two committee members?
I would like Cindy. I would like Cindy, if you will arrange that for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, I got a phone call from a young man who's very concerned about his aunt who lives at 224 Orange Street, who's on up in her age. And I know Ms. Hart knows who I am speaking of. Miss Gregory Sherrill. Miss Annice Gregory Sherrill. She's worried, upset, and unable to rest because of all the going-ons at 405 Sycamore Street. We all know where that know what that location is and where it is. And I told them that we would do what we could as a board to help her and the other homeowners down there in regards to that activity. But right now, we're very limited to what, we can do until we do some further research on it. So I'm researching different avenues and different municipalities as to how they're handling situations like that. And I will get with Ms. Hart to see what we can do.
You can forward me her information.
I sure will. And I will forward you what information I've already gotten also from this company out of Raleigh. Research Brief, Dolan Consulting Group in Raleigh. I had them to send me some information on how other municipalities went about handling similar situations.
Okay.
Commissioner Fields, can you be a little more specific about what kind of activity is happening? I'm not very good at placing addresses. I'm better at the corner of this or that or the middle of so what is happening at 405 Sycamore?
Drug use, loud music. From what her nephew was telling me over the phone, the property is owned by a Mr. Chris Fisher Rentals LLC, 1215 Old Norlina Road in Henderson. And it's where there's a lot of lingering, a lot of drug use, a lot of loud music at night, a lot of activities. And she said when she can contact the police, unless they see something, as we all know, something actively happening, it's very little they can do. Again, she's 84 years old, and she's living in the original Gregory home place. And when I say Gregory, I think Danny, Commissioner Kern, probably would be about the only one that remembers Mr. Edward Gregory that used to work at the post office years ago. This is his mother's, this is his family original home place.
And they've tried, when the music has been really loud, I know getting action on a noise ordinance is not the easiest thing in the world, because I think our police and the manager can verify that. I think even if they write a ticket for somebody with a noise ordinance, I have a memory that the chief might have said it gets kicked out of court.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Thornton, do you want to make any comments?
I will. Please, Commissioner Fields, and copy me with anything that you send the planning director.
I sure will.
Meantime, I will have a conversation with the police department about activity there and what they have as far as previous incidents, and we'll take it from there. So if you have anything, just copy me as well, please.
Because I went back in our code book to see if we had anything in place and read over what we already have in place. And one of the biggest things she's fearful of is late at night, turning lights on, making anyone aware of her movement in her house. But I just can imagine. I just can imagine at that age and just being fearful and not able to rest. So I told them that I would let the board know and we would do what we could within our perimeter.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for bringing that up and for clarifying for me what the issues are, and for Ms. Hart, your support, and Mr. Thornton. Is there anything else that you have, Commissioner Fields, to add?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Bullock, anything to add or comments?
Nothing.
Okay. And Commissioner Tovey.
No, ma'am.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there we go. Mayor Pro Tem.
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, that still makes, it's 5:47, so 17 minutes might be a record. So thank you very much, and I don't have anything to add beyond what I said in terms of hoping that everybody was safe and sound over the weekend, the holiday weekend, and my thanks to city staff. Thank you for getting the flags up, and for everybody that's working so hard just to make sure that we are functioning like so. Our thanks to the manager for that as well. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Motion.
Okay, so there will wait, and I'm hoping everybody saw that I sent you an email that has your document on it. We'll wait till they sort us into the breakout room.
Have a nice evening.
Okay,
Can I
well, so you're still
can-
there, Hawk is still there.
Cindy,
We've-
Cindy, can I close out to get my document and come back in?
I think so. Yes, ma'am.
As long as she doesn't turn it off.
Yeah, just don't turn it off. Just leave the meeting and come back.
No,
Any
I
other-
mean, I need to disconnect from this meeting to get my document that's on the same device.
Right, just go up and hit, how would she do that?
She just have to leave the meeting. What does she need?
Yeah, just leave the meeting. And that'll take you out of it, and then you just click back on the Zoom and it will let you back in.
Okay.
And the other, and while you're doing that, I will also check with Alyssa on if it's, does everybody have their, and Tom, you do not need to be in on this, I don't think. So you can have a lovely evening.
All right, that's fine. Just before you start,
Yes, sir.
make sure you announce for the record the purpose of the closed session.
Thank you. I apologize for that. Thank you so much.
Okay. And I'm going to leave the meeting then.
Okay, so we do need to do, I so apologize and thank you so much, that the Board of Commissioners will enter a closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11, paragraph 6, to consider the qualifications, competence, performance, character, fitness, conditions of appointment, or conditions of initial employment of an individual public officer or employee or prospective public officer or employee. So thank you so much, Tom.
Yes, ma'am. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Take care of yourself.
Okay, y'all too.
So what I was going to say is maybe I can run around the corner and have Alyssa, did everybody get their document?
Yes.
Unmute, Quan.
I said I need to look.
Okay,
I don't know. When did you send the email?
I emailed it right at 5.
Oh, okay. I need to do the same thing that Commissioner Gilreath
And
is going to do.
if-
I'll leave and find the document, and I'll come back.
Okay, and I will also, would it be helpful to people if I get Alyssa to help show me how to do a shared screen so that I can put it up on the screen? Would that be useful?
Yes.
It would.
Okay. Okay, so while you all are getting your documents and getting back in, I'm gonna run around the corner to Alyssa. I think I know how to do a shared screen, but I'd like to make sure.
On here.
Commissioner Fields, while we're waiting, do you have a preference on days?
I'm available.
Never mind. You just answered.
Oh, okay.
How about, is Tuesday the 14th too late? The rest of the personnel committee agree with that one?
Melissa might be there. She won't be here next week. She's on vacation next week.
What time?
HR director, will she be here then?
I was just told she'll be on vacation next week or that week.
What about this week?
No, it's cutting it close. You could do it on the 10th.
What is that date? I don't have a calendar in
That's
front
a
of me.
Friday.
This coming Friday be fine with me if it's good with the other board members.
I'm good.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, ma'am. What time Friday?
9 o'clock Friday morning, would that work for you?
That's the 10th.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
9 o'clock Friday morning, Cindy.
Okay, I'll get the notice out tomorrow morning.
Are we meeting in person or on Zoom?
I think we could do this in person. I think we could, 6 feet.
The mayor's, well, it depends on how many of the board members show up.
And you have to allow it to be open, right? So you,
Yeah, so I would go with Zoom.
We'll do Zoom.
it's no fun.
Nah, I was trying to get away to see you all, but okay.
Zoom. You got that?
Yeah, I'm a hope and pray that the governor lets us go to a larger group at the end of July so that we can get back in the room.
Yeah.
Not the way
I got it down.
You got yours, Ron?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the meeting so that we can do the breakout room. And you guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
All right, get me out of there.
Okay, do we have everybody in? What, so we got, okay, Alyssa, oh, oops, hang on. What happened? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still missing Teresa and Kwan.
That's okay, I'll wait. And then when they get here.
Can they get back
Okay,
in?
and
Yeah, they're
colleagues,
coming back in right now.
because Cindy and Alyssa are still on it, I'm not gonna share the document until they're not in the room.
Right, no, we're leaving as soon as we get everybody on.
Teresa's on. I
We
think
should
that's-
have 8.
Who's the iPhone?
There.
Oh, that John?
I won't be able to see this.
Right.
No. Is this Quan? What number it is?
Well, who is this?
I don't know.
Whose telephone number is 4319?
Yeah, who is that?
It doesn't-
Howard Aaron.
Can you unmute? I'm sorry, CJ, was that you?
I think he said it was former Commissioner Herring.
What's the number again?
690-4319.
Okay, are you guys ready? 1, 2. I'll
Well,
take this.
I'm not gonna do anything until we know who that person is.
They're not gonna be in the session. It's just gonna be,
She moved him
guys.
to another room. He can't see or hear anything.
But it doesn't, but then why is he showing up on our screen?
because you're not in the breakout session yet.
When she
Okay.
puts you in the breakout session, you should see only U8.
Okay. Great, thank you.
We're
Mr.
waiting for
Herring, I
Klein to
hope
get-
you're well. What?
Right, we're gonna try this.
Okay, everybody's getting an invitation to join the breakout room.
There you go. You should be good now. Right.
They have to accept it.
All right.
There you
And they're all in there, right?
go. Mhm. They're all in there.